get where do we get the money to make payroll? Is it just other injections from?
We got it from. We're going to put this county highway reimbursement for their salaries. We got Larry Grace had his fees he gave me, and the two tax mobile home tax, money for the disbursements and the real estate disbursements. So we barely come up with it. Yesterday I had $37,000 in the bank.
So I mean, that's the disbursement for the first
disbursement.
The real estate.
Yeah.
And then it's gone.
And then.
Is that what you're saying?
Then when we do our next one, it'd be our money, which would be pretty close to equal to what we just done. So it should be $200 some thousand.
Okay.
But we got back. I can't remember.
It's like $440
some thousand dollars
total. Yeah.
Okay. The Manatron agreement with the county, it's coming due, and our maintenance contract will be up the 8th of this month. Now they have proposed this contract. I should have made some copies of it for maintenance, which is something was tear up. We'd have somebody to.
We had a little problem out of them last year, didn't we? They quoted some really high stuff, and I don't know what John did, but he brought it back down and made it reasonable. Well, you may even worked with him on that.
But this is just for the maintenance. Since we're going to keep our old computers and won't be changing, we will need a. I wish Don was here because he's gone. But we will need a maintenance contract on it. Because yesterday we had nothing but trouble all day. We was on the phone with them all day yesterday. I think we finally had a bad cable and got it straightened out.
Who's that with?
Manatron. The whole, just the cables from about 30 foot long went bad, and we was right in the middle of trying to collect taxes. That's the reason we got behind on our bookwork.
Well, they on new computers. How often do we get new computers software?
We used to get them every 4 years when the contract come up. But this year there wasn't any way. I knew there wasn't no way we could afford them. But
how much does that usually cost?
What was it, about $80,000?
Seems like it was
the whole system and everything that they do was less than $100,000.
So all we're doing is renewing just a maintenance only contract.
And keeping their license fees and all that.
Okay. And what was it that?
I guess that's what John was talking to you all.
Yeah. What was it, Mr. Gary Ham had mentioned one time about this other company? I don't know.
He liked the other one because it offered some things that Manatron is going to implement on there. So I think he's pretty well happy with it now.
Okay.
Because after he talked to Mike Myers, they got together and
I remember him coming in here and he wasn't familiar. He quoted that he didn't know that we needed that, and Gary brought it to the forefront to him. He jumped on it. Now he's offering what Gary was wanting basically, and that made Gary and John both happy, I think.
Well, they're going to put. He didn't like the window systems on Manatron, but Manatron it's not even Manatron anymore. It's called Rooters.
Right, something like that.
But anyway, he's pretty well satisfied. I talked to him about it. I just showed him this. And what they said they would do on that, since it's they would just bill us up through the December to get it started, and then do it not quarters, but then 2 payments next year after December. So.
Are we getting some new monitors, 17-inch monitors?
No, that's just what they are. That's what their more or less service. That's what their service contract includes.
Because it says here quantity 15.
That's a service like on our desk in there.
Okay.
They just
service those.
Okay.
If we tear up, if something inside of those tears up, well, they would come and fix it for us.
Okay.
But not the cable system and all that. But.
Now, is this pretty reasonable, or did you say John got it down lower last year?
No, that is lower.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that's very reasonable there compared to what we got on the other one.
I think last year, don't quote me, I think like $13,000 or something like that. And
why don't you hang on to that and till John comes in after a while.
John's here now.
And he's over in his office.
And talk to him about it. Make sure that's in agreement with him before you all sign it.
Do we need to make a motion and anything on it, or do you all know?
Just what it's just have to agree. Yeah, I guess you would either accept it or not.
Okay.
But talk to John about it first and see if he thinks that's suitable with him, and I showed it to Gary, and he said it looked all right to him.
Okay.
All right,
Thank you, Floyd.
And I'm gonna get the money in the bank so I can get some checks out.
I bet they're asking.
Not yet. I give the sheriff department theirs because the ones that work nights, so they wouldn't have to come back up.
Right.
But the rest of them, I told her, hold them until we got this money in the bank.
All right. Did you get everything?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just, the last two line items on there, it's about monitors, so I didn't know if that meant that they're getting a new monitor for $84 a piece.
No, maintenance, no, I guess.
Oh.
That was the unit price of them or something.
Yeah, I was surprised to hear he